Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be hooking up with your hot roommate. Well, this newsletter is going to be kind of along the lines of how to turn a friend into a girlfriend. And I've got two different emails that I'm going to go through, and you're going to see the subtle differences between how to ask for what you want confidently. And the second email you're going to see is a guy, he's basically apologizing as he's asking for what he wants from a woman, and he's wondering why he's getting rejected. And it's the subtle differences that make all the difference in how you communicate your confidence. And so this first email is a guy who's actually living with 3 female roommates, which those are pretty good fucking odds. So before we get into it, I've got a quote I'd like to share with you. And it says, "Women love men who act like men, who fearlessly go for what they want by being direct and honest. They do not like it when a man plays games to hide his attraction out of fear he will be rejected. Women like to be appreciated for being beautiful and amazing, but not being treated like a sex object to be conquered. If you are honest and upfront about your sexuality and intentions instead of hiding it like a creep by being indirect, they will respect and appreciate you for your honesty and directness, even if they reject you because they are not single." So let's get in the first guy's email. He says, "Hey Corey, I've got a quick question for you. I recently moved into a new house about 4 months ago. I live with 3 Polish girls, and one of them seems to have a crush on me. She's 33 and good looking. She had a relationship with some guy living in this house before, but they broke up about a month ago and he's gone back to his home country. So it sounds like she likes to date her roommates, and you're just the next guy. Lucky you." He says, "Everything started not so long ago as she wanted to always spend time with me, like watching movies, going out, as she sees me that I'm not like the other guys." And he puts in parentheses, "thanks to your book." So that's awesome. This girl is putting herself into his orbit. She's putting herself around him and inviting herself to come along or just to hang out, because obviously they live together. And this is what they do when they like you. But she's not going to go out of her way to ask you out and make a move and do all those things. That's why it's up to you to still be a man and go for what you want when you see that the signals are there. He says, "One evening we went to a barbecue party and some of her friend's house, and we had a good night. She was teasing me and vice versa. When we went back home, we sat looking at the stars on the back garden, talking randomly about stuff, and she told me that she likes me, saying that I am an attractive-looking guy. I then tried to kiss her, but she moved her head and told me not to ruin the time as we are living together. I would have just said, "Oh, cut that bullshit out. Just shut up and kiss me." That's what I would have said to her. You got to be playful and tease a girl and go for what you want. Or you could say something like, "You like me, I like you. What I really like in a woman is a woman who doesn't hold back. And so if you really like me and you want to explore things, then don't hold back from me. Be yourself. Be authentic. Now bring those beautiful lips over here and kiss me now." That's all you have to say. He said, but the idea is you don't grab her and try to kiss her. But obviously he went in for the kiss. And so you always want to be ready with a good, playful type of comeback. Because think about it. Whenever James Bond gets rejected or a woman says, "There's no way I'm sleeping with you," he always gets that boyish smirk that kind of says, "Yeah, whatever, you're going to be naked in my bed later." He says, "Last week we went out dancing with other friends and we had some drinks, and at some stage of the night she wanted to go out for some fresh air. She asked me to come with her. Outside I took the opportunity as I knew already what this was about. I said to her straight away, 'Give me a good reason why I should not kiss you right now.'" I wouldn't have said that, dude. I would have said something like, "I think you need to get it over with and kiss me right now and stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes. You know you want to kiss me. Just go for it. Don't be shy. I don't bite." Well, maybe that'll come a little later. He says, "She didn't even have the time to think that and then I was already kissing her for about 15 minutes. So maybe you said that and then you went in for the kiss. I wouldn't have said what you said, but it really doesn't matter because you went for it. So good job. Because, that's how you can kind of recover. You might put your foot in your mouth in one moment, but then you recover by still being direct and going for what you want. So it was a nice recovery, by the way, dude. He says she then went home before with her friends, and I stayed a little longer with some friends of mine. The next morning we looked at each other and started laughing without saying much. I would have said, "Good morning, beautiful." And what I might have said with some of the other, because obviously you all live together, and I'm sure if all of you and your roommates were together at the party, and they all knew that you guys were making out, I would have said, have I ever told you guys what a great fucking kisser so and so is? He says, last evening we were watching a movie and I was not feeling well with my throat and I wanted to kiss her, but she said, "Oh, you are not well. I don't want to get your bacteria." And so I said, "You're right." And I said, "Well, then kiss me in the cheek." And then start like pointing over here, pointing over here. It's like, I'm feeling my head's a little warm. I think you need to kiss it here. My ears, I was kind of itching a little bit. Why don't you? And just direct her where, have fun with it. So he says, I can see that she's very interested and she wants to be with me, but I really don't know what to do. I'm a bit lost as I don't really want a relationship, and I'm happy single and just want to have fun. Great. Forget about the word relationship. Forget about the word boyfriend and girlfriend. The only thing that you need to focus on is hanging out, having fun, and hooking up, just like you did last time. You saw an opportunity, you went for it, you made out with her. Obviously, you were sick the next day. Well, you still could have had been playful with it and had her kiss you in other places, hint, strategically instead of on the lips if she worried about getting some bacteria. But the idea is hang out, have fun, and hook up. Don't complicate things. Don't worry about the relationship. Because just keep doing what you're doing. Hang out with the girl. But when the opportunity's there, when she's playing with her hair, when she's sitting extra close to you, just pull her over, set her in your lap, and say, "Hi, beautiful." And then just kiss her. Make out with her. The idea is to escalate it, because kissing leads to heavy petting. Heavy petting leads to your hand wandering and wandering up behind the back of her shirt and undoing her bra strap with your 2 fingers. Slowly taking her shirt off and then working down, unzipping her pants. And if you run into resistance, take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And if your roommates are home, you just pick her up and take her right on into your bedroom. The idea is to keep moving forward until, because that's the whole purpose of seduction, is to get closer and closer to a woman until you end up inside of her. So let's look at the second guy's email here. He says, hey Coach Corey. He says, I'm very happy to find someone like you to help me. I'm a young male, 25 years old, from Morocco, and it's a long time ago that I didn't get any number from a girl. Anytime I approach a girl on the street, I'm rejected, and sometimes they take nervous of me or an insult, and I swear I talk to them nicely. Well, that's part of your problem. You're talking too nice. He says, I used to have good body language with right posture, but now nothing. Even the ugly ones don't want to give numbers. Well, the way you're thinking and the way you're talking, you're already presupposing that you're not going to get anywhere with women. I mean, look, think of your self-talk. I mean, think of did you bother reading what you actually wrote to me? Because you're already telling me all the reasons why you're not getting anywhere. He says, I always open like this, and this is why you're getting the kind of response that you're getting. He says, this is his opener. He says, hello, can you let me talk to you or ask you something? Come on, man. Would James Bond ever say anything like that? Fucking of course not, dude. That is so fucking weak. Instead of saying, you don't ask for permission because you're a man. What you're doing is you're seeking your approval. Oh, Your Highness, please, can I talk to you? Hey, Your Highness, please, will you pay attention to me? Of course she's going to be like, fuck you, dude. But if you talk to her like a man and you're like, hey, God, you're gorgeous. Hey, you got great legs. Hey, you got a beautiful body. You're amazing. I love your smile. You look fucking sexy as hell in that dress. Hey, come over here. I've been looking for you for a while. Come here. What's your name? That's all you got to say. Instead of, because you're like asking for permission. It's like you're going to get rejected every time, because if you're talking like that, the tone of your voice is weak and your body language is weak. And you also mentioned in your email earlier that your body language sucks. I did a video on body language that attracts women, and you should definitely watch that and emulate it. So your physiology sucks, the tone of your voice sucks, and what you're actually saying sucks. So all you're doing is communicating weakness, which is like the complete opposite of what the guy before you is actually doing. He says, I think in Morocco girls don't have an open mind, But what all guys here know is that girls like cars and money, and I don't know what to do. I tried all things, but nothing's working. You haven't tried all things, because obviously everything that you're doing, if this is your approach, you're going to pretty much get rejected 100% of the time, unless you meet a girl who's like, it's like love at first sight for her. Despite your body language, despite your physiology, the weak tone of your voice, despite your apologetic manner and your way that you go about talking to women, if you're the type of guy that just pushes her buttons and she's instantly, on a scale of 1 to 10, she sees you as like an 8 or a 9, then it's going to be pretty hard to fuck that up. But those women are rare that you're going to come across that are going to be like that towards you. And the other women that are maybe perceiving you as a 6 or maybe a 7, that they're like, oh, he's kind of cute, and then they look at your physiology, or you open your mouth, and they're like, they can see it. Women have been reading body language and facial expressions since they were little girls. And so they have a lot of practice and a lot of experience with this type of stuff. And so it's like I said, you got to clean up your act, because you're not going to get anywhere with the way that you're acting. So if you got a question or a challenge or something that you're really struggling with in your life and you'd like to get my help with personally, the quickest way to go about getting my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and follow the instructions for booking a paid phone coaching session with yours truly. And I will talk to you soon.